Since the early 50s, COSTI has been there for those in need. Out of a concern for the needs of immigrants in Toronto, COSTI, then known as the Italian Immigrant Aid Society, was founded in 1952. The Italian Immigrant Aid Society emerged as an organization whose main purpose was to provide newcomers with the basic necessities of life. Meeting immigrants at Union Station in Toronto, Italian Immigrant Aid Society workers would assist them with housing and employment, and would follow up with the orientation and counseling designed to help those new arrivals integrate more fully into their new country. 10 years later, in 1962, COSTI, Centro Organizzativo Scuole Tecniche Italiane, was established to help recent Italian immigrants obtain the professional qualifications required to practice their trades in Canada. During its early days of operation, COSTI's programs were based in a church basement in Toronto, eventually moving to an old unused mansion at 136 Beverly Street, now the home of the Italian Consulate. To prepare immigrants for the English language licensing examinations, which they were required to pass in order to work in Canada, COSTI workers established English language instruction programs. As the number of clients increased, a need was perceived not only for vocational counseling, but for general and family counseling as well. The programs offered at COSTI soon outgrew its facilities, and the organization began working in collaboration with various technical education centers in the area. In 1966, the Workmen's Compensation Board contracted COSTI to begin a program to rehabilitate injured workers. By the end of the 1960s, the agency had opened counseling offices throughout Toronto, Hamilton, and suburban North York. It was also around this time that COSTI became a United Way member agency and began serving immigrants from other countries in addition to those from Italy. During the 1970s, COSTI's services expanded once again to include aid for refugees coming to Canada. Recognizing a pressing need for many Vietnamese boat people to confirm their true level of education, COSTI developed an examination and certification process in conjunction with George Brown College. In 1980, the Italian Immigrant Aid Society and COSTI acknowledged the similarities in the goals and work of the two organizations, and negotiations were initiated to amalgamate the two agencies. On January 24, 1981, this goal was achieved, and the organizations were merged under the official name of COSTI IS Immigrant Services. Now known as COSTI Immigrant Services, the amalgamated organization has expanded to the point where it annually assists over 40,000 people from every corner of the world through its multi-service centers located throughout the city of Toronto, the region of Peel, and York region. While its main target group continues to be recently arrived immigrants, COSTI's programs have been broadened to offer services to all disadvantaged adults, youth, women, and seniors. COSTI staff, collectively fluent in over 60 different languages, are able to reach out to a variety of communities, resulting in a positive change. COSTI has established a strong presence in the community, offering to all those in need a wide range of programs and services. COSTI's leadership in the community continues to be a high priority. COSTI works with over 200 planning groups, community agencies, hospitals, and school boards in the delivery of services. Collaborative and innovative approaches to service delivery allow COSTI and key partners the opportunity to meet the needs of underserviced communities and also develop internal capacity to build, enhance, and sustain services. The establishment of the first Welcome Center in Vaughan and the annual Refugee and Human Rights Child and Youth Poetry Contest, run jointly with the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, are just two examples of COSTI's collaboration with community partners. The support that COSTI receives from corporations and private donations allows us to provide much-needed services that do not typically receive funding from government. Services such as the Art Therapy Program offered to children and adults based out of the Ralph Chiodo Family Immigrant Reception Center. As newcomers continue to come to Canada in order to build new lives for themselves, they bring with them the dreams and aspirations that make up the ever-evolving social fabric of this nation. Immigrants bring with them new ideas, energy, skills, resources, and a strong desire to succeed and contribute to their new country. Newcomers enrich the cultural and economic life of this nation. Multiculturalism is fundamental to Canada's character, and it is this openness to new cultural groups that continues to contribute to Canada's reputation abroad as an open, humanitarian, and inclusive nation. As one of Canada's largest education and social service agencies specifically mandated to provide services to new Canadians and their families, COSTI embraces the ideals of this nation, and it is committed to ensuring that each generation of newcomers is provided with the opportunity to participate in and contribute to Canadian society. COSTI's dedicated board, staff, and volunteers continue to ensure that regardless of language or cultural barriers, people who arrive in Canada are able to use their existing skills, learn new ones, and participate actively in all aspects of Canadian life.